Ooh, I love that. Well, first of all, so I'm Julie, and I have Divine Phoenix Rising, and it came from going through the ashes of my life. Obviously, I have phoenixes all around me. Last year, I call it the trifecta of unfortunate events. July 11th, I broke my wrist in three places.
Oh,
August 27th, I lost my job. And September 15th, Hurricane Sally came in and destroyed my house, and I lost everything that I owned.
I'm so sorry to hear.
So thank you. And it's funny because I work with women primarily. I work with women who have trauma and procrastination, self doubt, self worth, all of those things. And I help them to rediscover who they are to reclaim their divine inner phoenix. So that's what I do now. If I hadn't have gone through what I went through, I probably would have still been at my job and I wouldn't have answered the call of my heart and I wouldn't be where I am. So like I said, I love that you have this, what would you say to your 17-year-old self? Because I think our society has become so Kardashianized. Like I said before, we look at everything outside and external. And when we were little, usually as girls, the first toy we're ever given is a doll, and
Mm,
we're taught to take care of the dolly, take care of the baby, take the baby everywhere you go. So from the age of 2 years old, you're taught how to take care of everything outside of you. And we're never taught how to take care of who we are inside.
hmm.
And so if I was, I'm one of those people, I wouldn't change anything, even the really, really bad things that happened to me. And trust me, there's not enough time in the day to go through with that because I have 31 years of sobriety. So let's just say
Oh, congrats.
I've led a very interesting life. So in having said that, there isn't anything I would change because if I went back and changed one thing, it's like the butterfly effect. It would change
Mhm.
everything else in my life, and my life is magical. I would tell my 17-year-old self to breathe, to really breathe, and to love who Julie is at her core,
Mhm.
and to really learn how to, and it sounds silly, but to meditate and to take care of yourself physically. And I know at 17, everybody is so worried about what other people think of them that it's really, we forget to dive into what we feel about ourselves. And so I would tell her, hey, concentrate on you. Focus on what lights your soul up, what lights your heart up, what lights your soul on fire that gets you up in the morning and you think about it and you're like, oh, I really want to do that. Go do it. And not everybody is designed to go to college. Not everybody is designed to get continuing education. Some people are designed that want to do different things in this world. Follow your bliss because that will
Mm,
lead you on a path that's just, I started doing it after I was 50, thinking about, man, I wish when I was 17, I would have like started down that path. However, having said that, I wouldn't change anything. But if I was going to be born all over again and come back into this world, I think I would focus more on who I am and getting to know me and loving me with all my quirks and flaws and wrinkles and lumps and dimples and whatever it is, instead of worrying about so much about everybody that's in a magazine, and really take care of me.
well, that is
So,
such an amazing message, and it's the most important. Is like you said that a lot of people, and women, girls especially, we're kind of taught to care for other people. Like a lot of people are like, okay, like your husband, and kind of, provide and just like be good, like in the kitchen or whatever. And that's totally fine if you want to do that. It's nothing on that. But taking care of yourself is one of the biggest things that it seems like a simple thing, like, oh yeah, I can take care of myself. But do you really take time out of your day to really take care of yourself? Like you said, breathe and meditate and calm your brain, because we can get so wrapped up. And especially nowadays, I feel like technology makes everything want to go so fast, fast, fast. And that instant gratification that we always get. But do we take that time to take a breather and calm down and be like, hey, okay, I need to get back in my head and kind of relax and zone out a little bit?
yep. And especially at 17, I think that that's an age where you are so, and I think we've done a disservice to that generation, to your generation, because we always ask you what you want to be when you grow up. And we
Yeah.
forget that what you want to be is happy and content and joyful and appreciative and full of gratitude. That's what you want to be. What you want to do is a
Yeah.
whole, that's what you want to do. So
Yeah.
when, focus on what you want to be, and what you want to do will appear in front of you. And if you've probably never heard the song, but if you can look it up, it's called Always Wear Sunscreen.
Okay.
There's a song, and I can't remember the guy who does it. It's an older song, but it's called Always Wear Sunscreen. And it's like a spoken song, but I think it's probably one of the best songs that you could listen to at 17 and 18.
Okay, definitely. I will definitely look it up. I have a call right after, so I'll do it right after that. So I'll do that and I'll email you my thoughts on that because I'm definitely looking into that. Well, you have such a powerful message, and I love what you do, helping women kind of find themselves when they go through things. I've always said, and I've said it many times on the podcast before when I've talked to people, that it's not the highs that define us, nor the lows. It's how we get from the lows to the highs that I think define us the most. It's that journey being like, okay, I'm in this really hard spot. How do I make it better for myself? How do I get out of there? How do I improve? How do I get better? And etc.
Yep, absolutely. You nailed it right on the head. And trauma is not the event that happened to us. It's our perception of it, because you and I could go through the same exact trauma, and you might come out of it like, oh, that was easy. Cool. And then I'm sitting there going, oh my God, it's the worst day of my life. So
Yes.
it's really about your perception of it. So I love what you said. Yeah, it's about how you get back up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's, like I said, today's my 18th birthday, and a few days ago, one of my family members passed away. So it's like, I'm like, okay, I have to deal with this, but then it's also my birthday, and now I'm gonna go into business, and I'm gonna do everything on my own. I'm gonna be an adult, and it's just a lot of things. And I feel like this is kind of my lowish, highish, going into another high. So really excited for my future, but it's kind of
I'm excited for you. Happy birthday. I'm sorry for your loss. That sucks. And that's the only thing I can say. Like, the biggest losses I've had, the best thing that anybody ever said to me is, Julie, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That's true. It sucks.
It's just the truth. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time today. You've shared so many powerful statements. It's been such an amazing call. Is there any last thing you'd kind of like to throw out there before you wrap it up?
I just am so excited that you are doing this. You are bringing a light to the world, and I think that you are exactly what we need. And and I would invite you to check out my podcast, and honestly, I would love to have you as a guest on my podcast as well.
That sounds great. Yeah, you have my email. You can send me an email with some times, and we can coordinate. I would love to be on the podcast.
Awesome.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been such an amazing call.
All right. Happy birthday.